You ever mention a brand out loud, then see an ad for it 20 minutes later? Most people blame the microphone. They think the phone is listening. The truth is way worse than that. Your phone doesn't need to listen. It already knows everything about you. And the apps you trust the most, your weather app, your fitness tracker, your kid's mobile game, they're not making money the way you think they are. There's a $200 billion industry built on selling you, and the apps on your phone are the front door. Here's something nobody told you when you downloaded that flashlight app. The average smartphone has around 80 apps installed. Most were free, and the developers didn't make them out of charity. So how are they making money? For a lot of these companies, the answer is not from the product. Take any free weather app you can think of. It costs them millions to maintain, they give it away, and they still turn a massive profit. How? Because every time you open that app, it records where you are, how long you stayed there, what time you woke up, whether you went to the gym this morning or the bar last night. That information gets bundled up with millions of other data points and sold to data brokers, who then sell it to advertisers, retailers, banks, hedge funds, and yes, sometimes the government. There's an old saying in tech: if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. But it's actually worse than that now. Even when you are paying, you're still the product. Premium subscriptions to apps like Spotify, Netflix, even some news sites, they're still collecting your data and selling it on the side. The product is you. The thing on the screen is just the bait. But the real question nobody's asking is, what exactly are they collecting? And who's buying it? The answer is going to make you want to throw your phone in a lake. Let's break down what actually happens when you open an app. The second you tap that icon, your phone shares a unique advertising ID with the app. That ID is supposed to be anonymous. It's not. Combined with your location, your device model, your installed apps, your typing speed, and dozens of other signals, that anonymous ID becomes a fingerprint. A fingerprint that's unique to you and only you. The average American has over 1,300 individual data points stored about them. Some brokers have profiles with 7,000 or more. We're talking about things like your exact home address, your daily commute patterns, your political leanings, your income range, whether you're trying to lose weight, if you're pregnant before you've told anyone, whether you're cheating on your partner. That last one isn't a joke. In 2021, a Catholic priest in the US was outed and forced to resign after a religious news outlet purchased location data showing he'd been using a gay dating app and visiting gay bars. The data was supposed to be anonymous. It took less than a few $1,000s and some basic cross-referencing to identify him. That's one person. The same technique works on literally anyone. Cops have used it, stalkers have used it, foreign governments have used it. In 2018, a fitness app called Strava published a global heat map of where its users exercised. Looked harmless, pretty, even. Except, military analysts noticed something. The heat map revealed the exact locations and patrol routes of secret US military bases in Afghanistan, Syria, and Niger. Soldiers were jogging around the perimeter with their phones. Strava sold the map. Anyone could see it. A free fitness app accidentally exposed classified military locations, because that's what these apps do. They collect everything, and then they make it available either to the highest bidder or just to anyone curious enough to look. Meta makes around 97% of its revenue from advertising. Alphabet makes around 80%. Even apps that have nothing to do with ads, period trackers, sleep apps, mobile games, are quietly siphoning data and selling it on the side. So who's actually buying all this? You'd assume it's just advertisers wanting to sell you stuff. The real list is way darker than that. There are companies you've never heard of that know more about you than your closest friends. They're called data brokers. Companies like Acxiom, Experian, and Epsilon. They've been around for decades. They have profiles on roughly 2.5 billion people worldwide, and almost nobody knows they exist. Acxiom alone has reportedly built files on 700 million consumers, with thousands of data points per person. Income, health conditions, religious beliefs, family relationships, hobbies, online behavior, offline behavior. What you bought last Tuesday at Target. And these brokers don't just sell to advertisers. They sell to insurance companies that use the data to set your rates. Banks deciding whether to give you a loan. Employers screening you before interviews. Landlords deciding whether to rent to you. Political campaigns micro-targeting you with messaging. And in some cases, the police and federal agencies. In 2022, multiple investigations revealed that ICE and other agencies had been buying cell phone location data to track migrants and US citizens. They didn't need a warrant. They didn't need a court order. They just bought the data on the open market. That's the loophole. The Fourth Amendment protects you from government surveillance, but it doesn't apply when the government just buys the surveillance from a private company. So while your phone can't be wiretapped without a warrant, your phone's data can be purchased for a few $1,000s by anyone with the budget, including the people who are supposed to need a warrant. The system isn't broken, it's working exactly as designed. You might be thinking, okay, but I'm boring. Nobody wants my data. That's the most dangerous assumption you can make. Here's why. You don't have to be a celebrity, a criminal, or a politician for your data to be valuable. In fact, the more average you are, the more valuable you are. Because you're predictable. Companies use your data to predict what you'll do next. Will you buy a car this year? Will you switch insurance providers? Are you about to get divorced? In 2012, Target's analytics team figured out a teenage girl was pregnant before her own father did. The store started sending her coupons for baby clothes and cribs. Her father went to the store furious, demanding to know why they were encouraging his daughter to get pregnant. A few weeks later, he had to apologize. She was, in fact, pregnant. Target wasn't spying. They just analyzed her purchase data and saw the pattern. Unscented lotion, cotton balls, certain vitamins. Thousands of other women had bought the same things in the same order, roughly 3 months before announcing a pregnancy. Target knew. That was 2012, before TikTok, before constant location tracking, before your phone's gyroscope could tell whether you're walking, driving, or in bed. Researchers have shown that motion data from your phone can identify everyday activities with disturbing accuracy. The profile they have on you today is so detailed it can predict your future actions better than you can. Whether you'll vote, who you'll vote for, whether you'll quit your job, whether you'll default on a loan. You're not boring to them. You're a forecast model. So what can you actually do? The honest answer is not a lot on your own. You can lock down your privacy settings, use a VPN, switch to Signal, delete apps you haven't opened in 6 months. All of that helps. But the system is designed so that opting out is nearly impossible. Real change requires regulation. Europe passed GDPR. California passed CCPA. They're not perfect, but they're a start. In most of the US, there are still almost no rules. Companies can collect, sell, and trade your data with very little oversight. In the meantime, treat your phone the way you'd treat a stranger in your house. Don't tell it anything you wouldn't want printed on a billboard. Because somewhere out there, somebody is already paying for that information. If this is the first time you've heard any of this, hit subscribe. There's a lot more they're not telling you.